Hi beautiful people, welcome to Tuscany, Italy. My name is Gracie Opulenza and I'm all about eccentric and opulent lifestyle, and you can find out a lot more about me on gracieopulenza.com. I'm doing videos on fur. This is a mink fur. I've just put one rabbit and fox fur up. I'm sick of brands like Gucci and Stella McCartney gaslighting people into and bullying them to say that because of animal cruelty that you shouldn't buy fur. And I'm here to inspire and encourage you that there is nothing cruel about buying vintage fur. There's so much out there. I live in Italy, in Tuscany. There's so much vintage fur out there that's excellent for the environment. It's biodegradable. You can plant it out there in those olive trees and it will give back to nature. Fake fur, plastic fur, fast fashion, that's disgusting. Zara, Primark, even Gucci, Prada, Dior, it's fast fashion now. It is mass produced. There's nothing special about it. The special stuff is working with individual designers or commissioning something. So why don't McCartney and Gucci get into that? Because they're the masters of gaslighting you, bullying you, that wearing fur is animal cruelty. It's done. It's been over 100 years. Indigenous people are using it. There are countries in the world, including where I live here in Tuscany, absolutely freezing in these Tuscan homes in the winter. We need fur. Skiing, if you live in a ski resort. I lived for 11 years. Fur really kept me warm. Electricity, gas, oil. It's the most expensive in Italy, in Europe. Don't listen to Gucci and Stella McCartney. You make the choice. If you're not comfortable with wearing animal fur, what I suggest you do, go to Holland. They're dumping them. Belgium. Try it on. If it doesn't feel good, either bury it, give it back to nature because it's biodegradable. Not your damn fake fur that Gucci and Stella McCartney keep harping on about. Fendi here in Italy still makes fur. Look at this absolute stunning piece. I've had it for over 10 years. I just love it. I ski in it. Look at the silk embroidery. Look at the work. Do you know how much work it takes to put a fur coat together? It's like patchwork. So the pelt, minuscule cuts, cross-stitching, patchwork to put it all together, and then they cover up with a silk inlay or lining. Look at this. Why would you deny people, and why would you be like The Devil Wears Prada or Sex and the City throwing paint at someone wearing fur? It's a nonsense. It's Hollywood rubbish. I've been to New York. I wore fur, mink fur, for 3 weeks. I've never had so many compliments. I've worn fur at London Fashion Week. I've worn London Fashion Week Men, Paris Fashion Week. No one's throwing paint at me. No one's abusing me. Don't you dare let Gucci or Stella McCartney gaslight you. It's a beautiful fabric. There's so much fur out there. Vintage fur I'm talking about. Most brands now, well, Fendi, they still make fur. It's beautiful. It's warm. It's eco-friendly. Why would you deny me of this? This is stunning. Beautiful shoulder pads. It's a statement piece. Now I will do another video on fake fur and what that costs. Fake fur is plastic. How good is that for the environment? I'm just trying to undo this. Beautiful. Just use your brains a bit. Gucci, Stella McCartney want you to buy from them. They're just lying to you. They still sell leather bags and leather shoes. Look at this. Why would you bully and gaslight someone in not to wearing this? Bought it in Belgium for €100. It's absolutely stunning. And it's time this would have cost thousands and thousands of euro. So that's why brands like Gucci and Stella McCartney are trying to dissuade you because of animal cruelty. Yeah, it is animal cruelty in the past, but it's done. Look at this. I've never seen one so beautifully made. I mean, Fendi does gorgeous ones. And then you tie this up. It's so warm. I wear leather leggings with it and just boots. I let the mink coat do the walking, the talking. I wore this out to Badia, rich part of Italy, Austria. Oh, it's Italy on the border of Austria. Turns heads. It's beautiful. You'll find Italian women in their 60s plus still wearing them. This whole Sex in the City, getting your paint thrown at you. I've walked New York, the streets of New York, compliments after compliments. It's a grey mink. I will show you that another time. I'm just talking about this beautiful blank mink coat. Why would you deny? Why would you not use this? Why wouldn't you embrace it? Right? Animal cruelty. It's a choice. Fur coats are exactly like vaccines. You have a choice to take it or not to take it. But you make that decision and don't be bullied into telling you that it's cruel to animal. I'm encouraging vintage fur. There's, oh, goodness knows how many fur coats. And I've seen it in charity shops, second-hand shops, even in boutiques here in Italy, just sitting there. How are we going to bring back the fur culture? Now, the other thing is, the big thing is, I'm going to take it off. I think this is about, 5 kilos. It is so heavy. Look at this. Right. This is another fur coat. When you're not wearing it, put it in a cotton or a silk cloth. Fold it up and put it away. This is how you store your fur coats, because that's to preserve it and to look after it, right? Don't leave it hanging. Fold it up, it's fur coat. And you can also brush it to make it fluffy. There's a special brush you can buy and do it. This needs to be fluffied up. Look how beautiful. This has been sitting in my wardrobe or in my storage for 4 years. Look at the condition. 4 years it's never been brought out. Today is 4 years. Look at this. Look at the, wow. In the sun, I thought this was really, really black. This is just stunning. Is it a mink? Beautiful. Now, look, the artisans, the skill. It takes weeks to make this. It's like patchwork underneath the what am I trying to say here? The lining. It's like patchwork, and a really minuscule tool that they cut it very, very tiny, and then they sew it like patchwork, and then they put it all together, and then they do this lining. Look how beautiful this is done. Look at this with love, and care. I've never seen such a beautiful lining. They've got this, and then this is like a linen. Gorgeous. Look, can you see the stitching here? Look at that to bring it together. And then here again, this is all hand stitched. And then they've done it's very unusual to have a lining like this. Beautiful embroidery. Why would I listen to Gucci and Stella McCartney? Because they don't want you to buy from other brands. It's all like that. Fendi does fantastic fur. How do you update your fur? Now look, see this. This has come off because I've been wearing boots that's unstitched it. So what I need to do is restitch that. It's like vaccines. It's your choice where you want to wear fur. Now I highly suggest buy an inexpensive fur coat, Belgium, Holland, right? And then see how you feel. If not, just dig it up in the ground. But for whatever you do, don't you dare dictate to other people what they can and what they can't wear. You support that fast fashion, the mass production I got a friend that's just bought crap shoes from Zara in Thailand. Didn't last for 2 weeks. We bought crap shoes here from the Coop, Italy. Didn't last 2 weeks. That is not friendly to the environment. That's cruel to us. That's cruel to the animals, right? Because you're throwing your plastic, cheap crap, Crocs. That's not good for the environment. There's nothing wrong with vintage fur. There's plenty of it. Get out there, get wearing it. This winter, I ain't going to be freezing in these Tuscan homes. They're stone houses. They're hundreds of years old, some thousands. And you're going to tell me, yeah, the heating's good, but I also want to stay warm when I'm walking through my olive trees. And if I've had enough, I've got fur that is molting, I'm digging it in the ground and I'm giving it back to nature. I'm not throwing it in the bin. I'm not giving it to charity, and it's biodegradable. It breaks down, goes back to Mother Earth, as dead animals do. So vintage, there's nothing wrong with vintage fur. It's been here for, like 50, 60, 70, 80 years. So you might as well embrace it and wear it. As I said, it's like a vaccine. It's up to you. You take it or you don't take it. This is absolutely stunning. She gave it to me for €100 in its time, €100 time. This, I think, would have been 10, 15 to 20,000 euro. Why on earth would I deny myself for that? The artisan, the skill, a dying trade. Do you know how much work it takes to get the pelt, dry the pelt, then sew it like patchwork, then put it all together, then do this gorgeous lining, which is this is silk, and then embroidery. And I'm going to listen to Gucci and Stella McCartney trying to gaslight me and bully me into say that fur is cruel to animals. What's cruel to animals is that fast fashion crap fake fur that they're trying to tell you. Look at the attention to detail. This is handcraft. Fashion's just disgusting. I've been to Rome, I've been to Florence, I've been to Arezzo. There's nothing on the high street that remotely entices me to buy. Look at the work, look at the craftsmanship, look at the love. Look at this clip. Look at this. This is how it's clasped together. As I said, when you are not wearing fur, then you store it away in a cloth bag in a nice dark place. This is how you do it. Store it away. Put a bit of lavender in as well, because what you don't want is not termites, little mites, clothing mites to eat it. That'll be a tragedy. Put it in here. Make sure you put some lavender in. That's fantastic to deter animals or mothballs. Don't put those hideous mothballs because they stink. Don't listen to Gucci. They're all about just sucking up to people that don't want to buy fur. There's nothing wrong with vintage fur. It's been around for a long time. People in Russia, Ukraine, Eastern Europe don't have the disposable cash to be heating up their homes, and this is why they wear it. And this includes Italy as well. Tuscany, these Tuscan homes are freezing, trust me. This will keep me warm, and it's beautiful. It absolutely looks beautiful. It feels beautiful. It's like a vaccine fur is. You either take it or you don't take it. The individual choices by you. I wore it in New York. I've worn this in Paris Fashion Week, London Fashion Week. No one threw paint at me. No one yelled at me. No one yelled at animal cruelty. And if they did, the debate would say, this is vintage fur. The animal's dead. This is a respect to the artisans. It's a tragedy not to be wearing it. What is your problem? And I'm happy to have the debate. It's really up to you. But this is gorgeous. You get a special brush. It's like an animal to make it all nice and fluffy again, and this is overdue. The pelt takes a long time to dry. Once it's dry, then a minuscule tool. I'll try and get a tool to show you. It's like patchwork. They cut it together. It takes days, weeks, if not months. Then look at this. Look, this is really high end. High end. Linen, silk, silk embroidery, beautiful, beautiful. And then the finished product. This is absolutely gorgeous. I own probably 10 vintage fur coats, and this has to be my best on the mink quality, the assembling quality, and just look at this. And if you're only going to buy one fur coat, go to Holland or go to Belgium there, or maybe Germany, because of, Gen Z or the younger generation don't know how to wear it, animal cruelty. Buy them cheap, wear them, and if you don't like it, give it back to the charity, give it to a friend, or just dig a big hole and bury it and be done with it. That's giving back to Mother Nature. But don't let Gucci and Stella McCartney and anyone else tell you, gaslight you, bully you, that vintage fur is animal cruelty. What you've done is you're upcycled, recycled, and giving respect to the animal and the artisan by wearing it. Now, you got a special brush and you brush it. That's how you take care of it. When you're not wearing it, you fold it up and you put it in a cloth bag, and that's how you preserve it. Throw some lavender in and chestnuts to keep away for it being eaten. 4 years in storage. Tell me, your Primark, your Zara, your fake fur Gucci, your fake fur Stella McCartney's going to look like this? Go away. Absolutely not. And what I will do is a comparison of a high-end fake fur plastic. Go stick your environmental debate right where it fits, in the bin. I'm all for vintage fur, vintagestyleclothing.com. How do you modernise these? How do you get someone to give it an edgy look? That's the challenge. So I would not even dare cut or tamper with this, but I'm going to show you how you can make your fur edgy, up to date, and I would more play around with rabbit, fox fur, but get someone, because it ain't about cutting like linen. You need someone that understands how to cut fur, reassemble it, and that is sadly a lost art. Embrace vintage fur, join the debate, like and subscribe. And as I said, I wore this New York, Paris and London and Italy, not a drop of paint. I skied in it, and all I got was looks, compliments, and people were literally coming up, touching my fur coat.